This is like when we drove to, what's his name?
Right, I don't remember that northern part very much.
No, well, that was because you were asleep and it was dark.
Okay. But I do remember.
We had that bloke with a broken arm in the back.
Long John.
Long John, yeah. Didn't he have a broken arm?
Maybe he did at that time. I don't know whether it was broken. I think it was bound up. But he was much older than us, wasn't he? I remember him as being much older than us.
I think he was older, and he was extremely disdainful. I think he had a certain respect for you, but he was very disdainful of me. I think he thought I was a wanker, to be honest.
I can't even remember how we met him.
At Seamus's.
Aye, but how did he get there? Someone had to take him. There wasn't a notice on the door.
No, I don't know.
Come in and have tea and toast at 2 in the morning and listen to Billie Holiday.
Yeah, free drinks.
Free drinks and looked after by an old lady, as we perceived her.
Exactly, boiled potatoes and butter.
Yes.
I've no idea.
But then we kind of abandoned him in Cannes.
No, I don't think we did. I think he abandoned us.
Ah.
I think once we hit the south of France...
He thought you could do better.
Yeah, fuck these wankers, I'm out of there. Because he was really... Do you remember how angry he was?
Yes, he was.
I had a dream last night that I had a twin sister and we lived in Bali. And both of us were in love with one soldier and I ended up with him. And I was in love with him and we were in the bedroom and then another soldier came in to attack us and we knew we were going to die, and so he wanted to carry on making love and I wanted to lie down.
Well, I don't remember him being angry at us. I think he was just generally angry. Generically angry.
Whatever happened to him?
Well, I never saw him again. Well, that's not true. I can't say that. I can't remember.
The soldier came in and we got up and I managed to go and hide and climb into a cupboard, and as soon as I got in the cupboard I knew I was safe and I felt very relieved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone once said a mosquito can no more be hit by a raindrop than a man can be hit by a glacier. The tick-over rate is so fast that for them a raindrop is sluggish.
That is really interesting. I sometimes have that nightmare that I can't find my way to the stage. Harry, do you ever have that?
Not that exact one, but I have anxiety dreams about either my keyboard's way too big or the stand's wobbly and I can't, something preventing me from, doing my job, or I've totally forgotten what I'm supposed to be doing. I do get that. It's terrible.
Do you think...
I've spoken to Graham about that. He gets that as well.
Does he?
Yeah.
Maybe all performers get that, or maybe all people get that.
I think all people have anxiety dreams.
Yeah.
Do you remember that lake near Yanina? I think it was the first time we washed for about a month.
Well, I remember washing in the sea at Saint-Tropez and finding that soap doesn't like seawater.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. There is a natural inhibition between sodium oleate and sodium chloride.
Well, that's chemistry in A level for you.
My second escape, because there were two escapes in my life, I keep saying the third one is going to be from Hollywood. But those two escapes, one was in Hungary during the Second World War, and the second was in 1956 when the Hungarian Revolution happened. There was terrible fighting going on in Budapest between the Russian army and the Hungarian Revolution. And after 2 weeks, I realized that there's never going to be any change in that country. And we were naively thinking that the Americans, the British, everybody was going to come and save Hungary, but nobody came. And I said to my friends, I said, I don't care what happens, but I'm going to get out of this country, because if I don't, nothing will ever happen from me, and I will not going to die here like that. And I was determined to leave.
What I've been doing for the last few years is touring around the world doing this show that is basically an anti-war statement. And it's based upon the philosophies, political and humanist, if you like, that I inherited from my mum and dad. Because that's where
I was brought up. And, you know, and a big part of my philosophy, as I'm going on and on and on about constantly, is that who we are depends upon the accidents of, you know, our genetic information and the geography of our birth.
And when it came down, there was a curfew and you couldn't be in the street. You were shot if you were in the street before 10 o'clock in the morning. And there was three huge Russian tanks in the street. And as we got out of the building, the turrets of the tank followed us to the street corner. And my friend gave his watch to the Russian post, and they let us go. And then we got on a train, and at that night we got out before midnight into Austria, and we were free.
I've recently been reading research that has led people to suppose that newborn babies are benevolent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's true?
Definitely.
So you would agree with me that they have to be taught to be evil?
Well, they're surrounded by shit and they pick it up.
Well, isn't that the same thing?
Well, okay, all right, we'll say that.
Well, I find that hugely encouraging because I'm desperate to believe that human beings are intrinsically good and that if they weren't taught to be horrible to each other, they wouldn't be.